earn the scholarships, okay? So if you're a national merit finalist and you have your service hours, you get the full Bright Futures Award. If you're a national Hispanic scholar, you get, well, depending on the amount of hours you have, if you have your full hours, you get the full scholarship. The ACE diploma, as long as you have your full hours, again. Now, some of the stuff isn't applicable to Bartram, but I know I've talked to several parents already here that are transferring, they're moving, they're going to an academy next year, whatever that looks like. So I'm gonna talk about ACE and IB and all that anyway, even though it's not here. And then IB, again, same thing. So there are some programs you can do that automatically qualify you for Bright Futures as long as you have the hours. So there is a renewal requirement. So if you're sending a senior off to college next year or your junior is getting ready to rise, this is important to know. So if you earn Bright Futures, you have to keep it. You don't just automatically get it just because you got it in high school. So in order to keep it, the higher level, you have to have a 3.0 in college. And then the medallion level, you have to have a 2.75. You get a year to keep that. So like we'll have parents call us all the time and go, oh my gosh, my freshman, it's your freshman year, first semester, it's football season, or they were in a fraternity or whatever it was. Help, we didn't get the GPA. You have through the spring to do that. So they don't just take it away after one semester. They give you those remedial time to bring it up. But it's worth telling you, because this comes up with our students a lot too, if your students are doing dual enrollment, that is their college GPA starting. Hopefully when you've taken, I know Bartram's great about when they do a dual enrollment session with your kids, they talk about this is college. It is. Okay, please know it follows them to college and it counts towards everything. So if they're gonna take dual enrollment, make sure they're ready for it and they get good grades, all that jazz, okay? All right, before I get into timeline, does anyone have any questions about anything that I've said so far? I know it's a lot and we'll take Q&A at the end, but just wanna make sure. Okay, good, that means I'm doing an okay job. All right, so timeline. Bright Futures opens on October 1st every year for seniors. So no, freshmen, sophomore, juniors cannot apply for Bright Futures early. They cannot fill out the form early. It is senior year, it opens on October 1st. It is not a parent form. Okay, so it's not like FAFSA, it's not a parent form, it's a student form. The student fills out the Bright Futures application, they list their top 3 colleges. That can change, by the way. Don't worry about what they list. Have them put where they think they want to go, but that can change. They list it and they fill out their initial information. After they do that, you don't do anything else. That's the other question we get a ton on the Bright Futures scholarship page. You don't do anything after that. As long as your students are turning in their hours to Bartram and they're doing their tests, Bartram ends up sending it over to Bright Futures. There's 2 times that they do awards. So they go through everything when the first semester posts in January, and awards typically this year they were a little late, but usually they post the first set of awards in March, and then they post again after final grades post in June, they post in July. And like today, we just had a huge set of parents on our page going, oh no, my student's starting FSU or UCF or whatever it is in July. We're not gonna have our money. I'm like, yes, you are. I promise you, you are. So if you have applied, Bartram is on it, they send it after final grades go out, and they connect with your institution, and you don't actually pay your bill in college until what's called drop ad week ends. And if any of you have went to college, parents, you know what drop ad week is. But basically it's a week where you can drop classes, add classes. So the reason that isn't billed till after drop ad week is because what do kids do? They drop. They drop. They drop. They drop. They drop. They drop. They add. They drop. They go crazy. They blow their minds. So they don't want to keep paying out, right? So basically they wait until all that week is done, and then the university gives you your bill. And even then, it's usually not due till like a week later. So just kind of a heads up on that. Especially for those of you that are here that have seniors going off to college. That's where most of the questions and our rising seniors. So awards will post twice. The question always get asked, what if I earn the Florida Medallion Scholarship and I get that, but I work with Mr. I and my score goes up to the higher level? That's okay. You can earn the first level, so go ahead and apply October 1st. Don't worry about if you've earned anything. You just apply. Everyone in this room, October 1st, seniors, you're gonna apply. And then you can keep testing. You can keep testing all the way past graduation to get the test score requirement, okay? So that's important to know. So again, if you want to get an award to just show you earned something for the first award that's given out in March, you have to complete everything by December 31st and turn in your service hours and test scores by January 31st. That way you can get that first award in March, okay? And then your service hours, every high school is different. So check with Bartram, but we have seen the trend in St. Johns County that service hours have to be completed and turned in by graduation. Okay, so I don't know if Bartram varies from that, he left, but usually it's by graduation your service hours are done. And then June is typically test score evaluation, and final results are usually posted by August, okay? Now, because of the pandemic, they extended test scoring till August. I think it's July test, right? Am I right about July test, Ms. Pratt? I think it's July test to post the scores in August, and they haven't changed that yet. So that's good. I hope they keep it that way. So any questions about the timeline on that? Yes?
Can you start accumulating your volunteer hours starting in 9th grade?
Great question. So the question was volunteer hours. When can you start accumulating them? The answer is actually summer after 8th grade. So the day students graduate 8th grade, they are a 9th grader. So we work with our students and we give them a summer goal. This summer after 8th, if we get them early enough. We give them a summer goal because not only does doing some summer hours give you a little bit of flexibility in the fall, especially for our athletes who have fall sports, but it also just gets them in mode of like, yeah, you're a kid, enjoy summer, you've got sports, whatever else you're doing, but let's start that volunteering. Let's start that citizenship right away. So good question. Yeah, so we definitely want to start those hours. We don't want to wait.